Well, I just watched New Tang Dynasty television, and it was reported that Xi Jinping, the party boss of CCP, he gave a speech to the World Conference of the World Health Organization. And you guys guess what he said? He said, well, the Chinese government has always been open and responsible and transparent in dealing with a health issue. Wow, it's fantastic, you know. It's the head of a government who kept secret about the knowledge about the Wuhan virus, yeah, that it can be transmitted from human to human, and lie to the whole world that it doesn't transmit from human to human, and that caused thousands of deaths in the world. And he is telling the whole world, Chinese government is always responsible, open, and transparent. Yeah, so, and actually the American Secretary of State, Pompeo, responded by saying, if you are so transparent, then why you delete or take away all the evidence what you have been doing? You have been cleaning up the whole wet market just to destroy all the evidence that you knew already from the beginning, and you hide the truth. If that is too transparent, why can't you even run a press conference like we do and allowing any journalist to raise any question, and you keep questioning, and so on. So the reaction from Pompeo showed that, you know, with the American government today, CCP has no chance more to cheat. They just don't take it serious what they say. And I think probably it's not only the American government, but more and more other governments are doing similar thing. And according to my contact with many officials from European government, actually they think the same. Only that many European politicians, they think, oh, we have too much investment in China, we have too much business going on with China, I better not to upset them, so I don't say it. But, you know, what they think and what they say is not always the same. So to make it even more clear, that the American government actually has recently issued, according to my opinion, a very important document. Yeah? It's called United States Strategic Approach to the People's Republic of China. Wow, it's a 16 pages strategy paper. And in this paper, there is no longer any diplomatic makeup, not to use a too straightforward word. It is very straightforward. American government in this report are saying that we have been helping China in the past decades to develop the economy, to develop their social system, so that they can become a member of the international community, and we have given them a lot of convenience in helping them to develop. And now it turned out that our policy was a failure, yeah? Because all the promise they made never turned true. They promised to respect intellectual property, they promised to improve human rights, they promised this and that. All are just, nothing. So it is enough is enough, it's finished now. So this is a very important change in the world, because that means, actually, not only from now on, but now the Americans make it very clear, actually for a few years ago, actually since Donald Trump became president, it is clear that America's new strategy is, I'm not going to be cheated by you anymore. Another example of cheating is, you guys know that China promised Hong Kong 22 years ago that they will not touch the political, social system in Hong Kong for 50 years, okay, 50 years. And now it's gone only 22 years. And you guys know that last year, because of this extradition bill, it led to a lot of protest action and terrible, brutal and cruel crackdown of the Hong Kong police, driven by Chinese police behind the scene, yeah? And now what happened is, you guys know that in Beijing, the capital of China, there's two very so-called important congresses or conferences going on. One is so-called the People's Congress, the other is the Political Consultative Conference. Yeah? And in this conference, they have already decided that they are going to push through a so-called national security law in Hong Kong. There should be a Hong Kong version. You know, in China, they have a national security law, and now they are pushing Hong Kong to do it. And Hong Kong government and also the central government, Chinese central government's liaison office in Hong Kong, also talking about that Hong Kong is going to push through or to define a new national security law. And the thing is, in Hong Kong, there's a kind of parliament. They call it legislative office. And all new law normally must go through the parliament. And now the CCP is so afraid that they may not get the majority there. So they want to skip the parliament and push it through without the parliament. It's crazy. This is a behavior of a gangster, not a normal government. Yeah. So because in the basic law of Hong Kong, it is stated very clearly that new law are to be passed in the parliament. So, and the information, I think it was from the newspaper Epoch Times, saying that they want to push it through already in August. Now, what is this so-called Hong Kong version of national security law? Well, basically, with this law, then they get a kind of legal base to punish, to persecute any person that may endanger the national security of People's Republic of China. You see, in Hong Kong, the past 20 years, Hong Kong has been enjoying a sort of autonomy, yeah? Except foreign policy and defense. Hong Kong government could decide everything on their own, and Hong Kong legislative office have the power to pass any law that deal with Hong Kong only. So, and this so-called national security law will open the door for Beijing to control Hong Kong. And actually, the contact office or liaison office from the central government of China in Hong Kong, according to Hong Kong basic law, they only have the right to, as a contact office, to pass information, to facilitate communication between Hong Kong and Beijing. But recently, they are acting like a new government. They are telling Hong Kong government what to do and what not to do. So, and the reaction from American government is, as Donald Trump said,
I don't know what it is because nobody knows yet. If it happens, we'll address that issue very strongly.
So we will see what happens. Now, maybe some people think this is a sign of showing of strength. According to my opinion, it's a sign of weakness. You know, such a huge mainland China, People's Republic, and such a little Hong Kong, and they put so much effort in that. Why? I tell you, it is not that they are strong. They are so afraid. They are suffering from fear. And what fear? Well, they know they can, by violence, they can crush and crack down demonstration in Hong Kong. But you see, they cannot crack the spirit of Hong Kong. Hong Kong people for generations are used to freedom and democracy and human rights. And so they understand this value, this concept is not abstract for them. They know exactly what it means. And they are going to take the risk of losing their life to defend it. And they show it last year, and they are going to show it again. And the Chinese communists are so afraid that this Hong Kong spirit will spread to mainland. And I think it is happening. And this is why they are taking such a big risk to destroy Hong Kong, although many of them had a lot of wealth hidden in Hong Kong or use Hong Kong to transfer their money to the West. So there is a certain loss for them if they do like that in Hong Kong. But they take the loss because they are even more afraid that when Hong Kong spirit spread to China, then there will be the end of CCP. So that's for today. And don't forget to subscribe if you like it. And of course, click like too if you like it. Thank you for listening, and see you next time. Bye-bye.